This is the best car detailing tools for 2025. So in this video, I'll cover all the best car detailing tools that you can find, whether you work on the outside, the inside, cleaning wheels, engine bay, from microfiber towels, polishing pads, machines, extractor, brushes, and so on. So I hope you're ready. Let's jump right into it. Before we jump in, obviously, I have not been able to try and work with all the detailing tools that exist in this world, but after detailing for so many years and running a YouTube channel for car detailing for almost 2 years now, I'm really comfortable giving you guys what works best for me in my situation. I have been through a lot of tools, throw a lot of them in the trash, and this list is exactly what I use right now and what I feel like is the best. So without further ado, let's get into it. Tool number one, if you're serious about car detailing, you detail for long enough hours, you'll need something in your ears, either to get you into the zone or to mask off some of the detailing noise. And for this, I choose to go with the Sony 1000 XM5. Those have been my favorite, the best headphones I have worked with. The noise cancelling from this is off the charts. If you have kids, if you need to sleep, I also use this for that reason. I've had Bose before, I have Apple, and these for me are the most comfortable, and I have sensitive ears, so I need something with real high quality. This is expensive, but I've had those for at least 2 years now and they're still going strong. If you take care of them, they're gonna last you a very long time. So with the headphones out of the way, let's jump into car detailing brushes. So to clean interior and wheels, I like to use the Detail Factory Borzer brush, available in many different colors. Be careful to not buy the short version unless that's what you want, but this is the large one. The bristles are actually not that soft, so don't use this necessarily on a glossy material, but this is being robust. The bristles are not tearing apart even if you leave this soaking in chemicals or in water. The handle is comfortable, and there's many brushes on the market now, but for me, the Detail Factory brand is proven. It lasts for years and years. You can be rough with your tools, and this is, again, going to last and clean really well. For tires, I'll use, again, another Detail Factory product. This is their tire brush. I believe this is the original size. There's a bigger one now, but I still love this one, and I don't need any flashy color for this. The gray and black is fine. And obviously, of course, keep in mind the rubber guard at the top is going to get teared up as you clean tires and you yank this on the concrete, on the asphalt. The Detail Factory tire brush has just the right stiffness at the bristles. I also use this on the inside, on floor mats, all kind of materials. This is safe and super good. By the way, all the tools mentioned in this video are going to be linked down below. You can use the coupon code DONGMA at checkout. That's the best way to support this channel. Thank you so much. The best car detailing tool to deep clean interior, leather, plastic, fabric, for me is going to be the Autofiber Scrub Ninja. This has really short fibers. This is a great tool, comfortable, cleans really well, deep cleans, and remains safe. Another one that I like to use for leather seats or leather steering wheel is the Color Lock leather brush. This is synthetic fibers. At first, you may think this is really stiff, but it was built by leather companies specifically made for car leather. So you can trust this. I've been using this, I don't know, for 6-7 years. Never had any problem with it. Keep in mind, this is to deep clean, so if you want to maintain on a weekly basis, you may want to be careful. I have a few more brushes, and then we'll get into the machines, pads, microfiber towels, and so on, okay? Now, one detailing brush that you may want to avoid is the car detailing makeup brush. So I'm not even sure why this exists. It has no body. It doesn't really scrub anything. If I have something delicate to do, I'll just grab a high quality microfiber towels. That's gonna do the same thing. And if I have to dust off or go in the nooks and crannies, I'll just use the Borzer brush. Has much more body and doesn't scratch interior of the car. I know a lot of you guys like to use these. For me, they're just for show. They're just for the cool and appealing cinematic type of YouTube detailing videos. But like I said, in the real world, for me, there's no use for this. Now, another brush that I really love, especially for interiors, is the Detail Factory Curve Ball brush. This is the Borzer version. Don't get the makeup style brush for this. So super comfy, fits in your hands, and you can actually cover more surface area using this. So I'll use this to clean interiors, and you get the holder that comes with it. So you can hang this on the wall if you want, on your counter. Great high quality brush, lasts a very long time, no issue there. All right, interior brushes. So for this, you'll want a drill. Obviously, if you've been watching car detailing videos, you know that using a drill on the inside is very efficient. It saves your arms, your elbows, and all that. So I like to use the toilet style brush. This is from the brand Drill Brush, and the yellow has just the right stiffness. I know some of you guys prefer the white, so the white works as well. And this one is to agitate your cleaner on your carpets and all that good stuff. Two real staple, and for me, to go in the nooks and crannies, to do a real thorough job, a real interior detailing, you'll need some intricate style of brush. This is the toothbrush. This one is from Carzilla. You have the tooth style brush here and the really stiff at the back. This is really useful to dislodge stuff. Sometimes you'll use the vacuum and it won't budge. With this, it'll go in, especially between the pillars and your seat. At the bottom, there's the fine line here where sometimes your vacuum won't fit perfectly. So I'll use this for that. And another one that I like to use in the nooks and crannies is this one. This is also from Carzilla. It's a great one, just to dislodge stuff in the nooks and crannies. Another set of wheel brush that I use. I'm a firm believer in using Easy Detail brush here. This is the barrel brush, the large one. This one is fairly new, but the last one lasts me for like 6-7 years. These are stout. They have a rubber knob here so you don't bang into your wheel finish. They have a knuckle guard here at the handle, very comfy. There's a ton of copycats on the market from China, but for me, I really trust this one. I'll pay 30 bucks if I have to. This is the best I've seen. And another brush from Easy Detail. This is their, I don't know what they call this one, but I use this one for the fender well between your tires and the fender, just to scrub the plastic there, especially here in Canada. We have some really nasty winters, so it's a good time to clean that and use that brush to get that fender well clean. I also use it in the engine bay, but for the engine bay, I like to use the XL brush by CarPro. This one is really old. The CarPro label has come off. This one is really stout. Again, this is as good as the Detail Factory one, but is a little bit too big for the inside, a bit too stiff to work on the inside. So this is why I keep this one for sometimes silver wheels or beat up wheels or engine bay. Now we'll jump into microfiber towels. I know a lot of you guys are excited about this. Keep in mind, I have not played with all the towels on the market. I have not played with the House of Rags towels as well. There's a lot of China brand, a lot of stuff on Amazon. When it comes to towels, you have to choose a brand that you trust. And I have found what works for me for years and years, and I'm still using. So this is what I'm going to show you guys. And something that is important is to look at where your towels are coming from. So normally, if you have towels from South Korea, you're good, all right? So when it comes to paint and delicate surfaces, I'll use the Rag Company 365. I have the blue here, and now they moved over with new packaging, and these are the orange. There's a few colors on the market for the Rag Company. This is from China, but this is made for the Rag Company. This is high quality, lasts for years. Now I wash them after every use, and when I feel that they're not as soft, I'll just downgrade them to wheels or interior. Now if your car paint is trash, I guess the towels don't matter as much. If your customer paint is trash, go ahead, use the Kirkland towels. They work just fine for that. Now, when it comes to my own car and pristine paint, what I like to use for drying aid and drying the car, in a short towel, I'll use the Rag Company FTW. So I have two colors here. This is a twisted loop with a soft edge. Those work really nice to wipe off drips, to just apply your quick detailer. The best glass cleaning towel is going to be a waffle weave. So I have two versions here, but keep in mind the waffle weave has a texture like this. They don't lint as much as the other. And when it comes to glass, you don't need that extra plushness or that super thick kind of towels. And now for ceramic coating removal, there's two wipes. The first wipe, I'll use the Pearl Weave towel. This is from Detail Popo. Detail Popo, for my understanding, is the house brand of microfiber towels for Carzilla.ca. So this is the same high quality stuff that you can find somewhere else. There's not an infinite amount of microfiber factories in South Korea. So again, the highest quality, a short nap, 280 GSM, perfect. I buy these in bulk and they work super great. Now for my second buff, nowadays, I use a plush towel. Again, this is from Detail Popo. I buy these in bulk. And this is the same thing as an Eagle Edgeless, but at a much better price. Now, if you want a ceramic coating applicator, the best that I've found over the years, the most comfortable, that works the best, that is cheap, is these again from Detail Popo. I'll have links for all of this. I mean, this thing is thicker. It has the plastic bar in it, so you don't waste as much ceramic coating. Now the microfiber for wheels, I'll use the Gion wheel mitt with a thumb. Great mitt. I mean, this quality of towel is insane. There's two kind of pile in there. There's a long fibers, shorter one. This thing is crazy good. I keep this for my own car and wash it after every wash, very important. And I don't wash it with my paint towel, so keep that in mind. Don't mix your wheel and paint stuff together. Not too thick, does not hold too much water, not heavy while you work with this. Guys, you'll have to excuse my voice. I'm kind of losing it, as you can notice. I've caught a cold recently, and I'll try to make until the end of this video. But when it comes to wash mitt, you guys know my regular viewers, I use 7 to 8 wash mitts during my wash with only one bucket, no grid guard. And for this, I've been using, again, from Detail Popo. As you can see, I'm a real Carzilla faithful customers for years and years. I like to use this one, as you can see. This has 2 to 3 type of fibers, different length, works great, not very heavy. Thin foam does not hold too much water. It holds just the right amount of water that I'm looking for. There's also the new one by DIY Detail, which is very similar. For me, they are the same material. They're just a different color. And yeah, this wash mitt for me is the best. I've tried many of those. I have the noodles, I have cheap, expensive, Microfiber Madness, TRC, you name it. But yeah, this is my favorite wash mitt. Now, when it comes to drying towel, I really like the Gion drying towel. This is a 2-sided towel. This is twisted loop from the first side, and the other side is, I don't know how you would call this. This one is on the lighter side. If you prefer a light towel, I'd say go with Gion. It looks very good. It's hard to knock this one off from its looks. Now, the best car detailing sponge for rinseless washers. I like to use the DIY Detail rinseless sponge. I have the V1 here and a V2. I feel like the V1 was softer just by touching it, and it lasted longer. So here, where there is the joint here, this one, as you can see, guys, has seen a lot of work. This is the V2. It feels stiffer. The foam, they say they should break down and become softer, but I feel this one is not as soft. They said that the foam is the same. For me, it feels a little bit different. I don't know. And here, they changed the backing or the glue, the material that stitch these two together. And as you can see, it's falling apart now. Okay? So if I can choose one or recommend or give feedback, I would use the V1. Obviously, it's probably not available. And I have the Mickey's before. Mickey's is fine, but for me, it's too flimsy. It collapsed too easily. Okay? With that said, I'm not the biggest rinseless wash guy on the game, so take it for what it's worth. Now let's talk about decontamination tools. You either use a clay bar or a synthetic material or a clay towel. There's a big price gap in these kind of thing, but the 3D one used to be the cheapest that I could find, and you really get what you pay for. I really hate using this. It's super stiff. It bunch up. I don't know. This one, guys, is sleeping in the cabinet. The one that I prefer is the Gion clay kit. There's the coarse version and the mild one. This is high quality clay, easy to maneuver, easy to play with, easy to work with. Now, when it comes to synthetic clay material, I've had the right company clay scrubber that I still use today. I've had the Adams. I've had all the brands the original brands in the past. I've had the DIY one. Now I have the Nexent clay towel, and I have the new version from DIY Detail. Guys, they're pretty identical, but the most experience I have is with the DIY Detail. Now, if you look closely, you would think that they have all the same material. They all look the same. My understanding is there's only one factory that make those, but they have some different type of material, and DIY Detail claims to have ultra fine clay synthetic material. And for me, this one I have the most experience. and I can honestly vouch for this one. If you don't apply too much unnecessary pressure with a DIY, you're not gonna see marring, you're not gonna see scratches or the honeycomb texture that you can have left on the paint. So great staple of mine, super effective, works like a champ, works with the appropriate iron remover, great stuff. You'll want this for the quick decontamination steps. Now the best pump sprayer on the market, for me, it's IK, the brand from Poland. There's also Rinseless, which is flying under the radar a little bit. I have played a little bit with those, I don't own one, but for me, it's been super reliable, whether I use high pH, acid stuff, anything, this thing lasts. The only thing that I would say to avoid is the foaming pump sprayer. So if you want to foam your wheels all the time, it'll work, but you'll have to pump this forever, and it really defeats the purpose of a nice car detailing or car wash experience for me. So I bought back in the day the one with the air chuck here. I mean, you just apply the product on one wheel and you already have to refill. So it's kind of driving me insane. If you want to get the one with the battery, you're just going to add weight and noise to the experience. So for me, I'll use just a foam cannon. If I want to foam something on the wheels, I'll just make my life easier and use the foam cannon. To finish off with the IK, I have 3 of those. And like I said, they're robust. You can adjust the spray pattern, you can change the nozzle. This thing is super high quality. If you want to grab a Home Depot cheap pump sprayer at 15 bucks, I'll use them for the garden, but when it comes to car detailing, I'll use the high quality stuff. Now, speaking of foam cannon and pressure washer, the best pressure washer for me is going to be the AR630. I have had a video a few weeks back. I'll put it here for you guys to check it out. It's the best machine, the best power, the best reliability, and for me, I just been in love with this pressure washer. And to work with this year, I've played with a few guns, some that did not make the YouTube channel, but for this, I still go with the original SGS 28, and I still use the lens. So I had this kit for, I don't know, man, 8-10 years. It's full of scratch, just super comfy, works really good, has just the right weight. If I would improve something, I would just get a better angle here, a little bit more bent, a bit more downward here, and I would remove that and just use a rubber guard nozzle. Other than that, this thing is the champ for me. Okay, foam cannons, you guys know that I'm a big fan of pre-washes, soap. I'm a real car soap type of guy. Foam cannon is important, and you may think there's not a big difference between each of them, but after trying at least 5 foam cannon this year, again, some of those have not made the channel, I can honestly say there's some nuances there that's gonna make it or cut it for me. And for this one, my favorite is the Active foam cannon. For me, it has the best look, the best design, the color, the plastic. It has the weighted ball at the bottom. The straw is high quality. It's stainless steel all around it. I mean, from side to side, top down. Like I said, this one provides just the quality of foam I'm looking for. I don't want to use something like an MJJC, for example. It provides too much foam. I know you can adjust the nozzle, but like I said, I prefer the design of this one, the way it works, the way it looks, and it just fits my style the best for 2025. Now, if you have protection on the car, the water is beading, after your wash, you want to blow most of that water to not drive yourself insane with all that big amount of water. So for this, I use a leaf blower, and like many of people, I like the Ego one. It's reliable. I use this in the garden as well. But I'm one of the few that did not buy a short thing here, a short nozzle. This one, I mean, just super easy to maneuver, and I can reach on the roof with this, no problem at all. I don't feel like I need a short nozzle, so I'll have the link for this as well down below. Now, car detailing, lighting solution. Quickly on that subject, this year I had the pleasure to work with Next LED, which is super high quality. It's made from the same factory as the leading brand in the game. So this thing has color adjustment. The handheld, it's super cheap, it's reliable. I use also their under the hood lights, and I remove the strips here. I can add that on the side of my car. Because I have heating and I have stuff on the wall, I cannot add more lighting strips just like I have on the ceiling. So I'll use these to inspect my results, especially while polishing. I also like the headlamp, and I also really love the tripod for full-blown, long, deep paint correction. I'll use the tripod. This thing is a workhorse. I really love this one. Now, car paint polishing. I know a lot of you guys are already polishing paint. If you are still on the fence about polishing, I'm gonna ask you to dig a little bit deeper. There's nothing to be scared of. If you start slow, you follow recommendation of trusted people, you'll find that the real passion for me, at least, is within the paint correction, paint polishing. And for this, the pads that I've been using for years and years, and I've tried so many pads, I must have 5 bins full of pads in my cabinet. The thing with pads is if you constantly switch pads to find the next greatest thing, you won't ever find how your pads are really working, how to really use them. It's the same thing with your compound. You don't really want to switch. You want to find something and yeah, be faithful to it. So for this, I use the Lake Country HDO line of pads. Lake Country has a bunch of offering. If you just remember to use the HDO line, you'll be all right. And I don't like the one with the how they call this? The pimples in it. I don't know if it's a pimple, but there's texture in it. I like the one that are flat, okay? So the black one is ultra finishing for adding really high gloss. You don't really necessarily need this one, but if you have soft paint, soft black paint, you'll want to have those in your cabinet, and you'll want those maybe for brand new cars that don't have a whole lot of defects. After that, the orange one is like your jack of all trade. This one can cut, it can finish, but in my mind, this is a polishing type of pad. So this is gonna remove light and moderate defect, but don't expect this to correct hard paint or harsh defects from cars that are really trash, all right? So in most instances, after you're done with your first step, if you did do a cut step, this one will finish 95% of the paints. If you wanna cut with the Lake Country, you have to step up to their blue pad. I'm out of their blue pad. I mean, they don't last for life, they don't last forever. So right now I'm using the Detail Co. Blueberry pad. Reminds me a lot of the blue pad from Lake Country. These last longer. The backing here does not unglue itself, it does not strip. The only nuance that I can tell you about is the bevel edge here. I'm not a big fan of that, okay? I prefer the shape of the Lake Country HDO compared to this. This was made by Buff and Shine. That's their shape of pad that they choose to go with. Rupes has the same shape. I've been talking about it. I don't like that. I prefer this type of shape here. Now, a cutting pad. If you use a DA, a good cutting pad, there's many of those on the market, but the one that I like to use with a DA, with a dual action, is a microfiber pad. I've had the Miguiars, I've had the Lake Country. What I don't dislike about microfiber pads is the heat that they provide and the fact that the fibers fall flat after just one cycle, okay? So what I found with the recommendation of my close friends is that the Grills Garage, the fibers, they don't fall flat. You can use air compressor to revive them, but this is much more reliable in my opinion. It does not have the same cut as a Miguiars or a Lake Country. It's more on that moderate conservative side. A lot of pros use this as a mid step, but nonetheless, if you have to do a real crazy cut, I would step up with a wool pad and a rotary. I've had the Lake Country. I really love the Lake Country, but again, some of my friends recommended the Rupes cut and finish. Shout out to my friend JLM, by the way. This pad is insane. I really love this one. It seems to last a long time, but with the rotary, you have so much control with this. It doesn't clog too fast. It works well. It cuts super hard. I mean, it feels a bit lighter than the Lake Country wool pad. From now on, I'm only using the Rupes cut and finish. Now, natural gloves. I use the natural gloves from Detail Popo. This is the house brand for Carzilla. Great glove. The price is right, and it's always available there. I buy 2 or 3 bucks of this, and yeah, just restock as needed. Now, the best vacuum for me, it has to be small, has to be powerful, it has to last a long time, and I've had the Rigid for a very long time. This one is without the wheels, so I can put this away in the trunk. I can put this away in the cabinet without any worries. It does not take a lot of room. This thing is a real workhorse. It sucks really hard. And don't forget and keep in mind that you'll want to use their detailing kit. This has the much higher quality, much longer hose, and you'll have the crevice tool that you absolutely want to have with this. Not to say that there's not other vacuum solution, but this one is proven, it's solid, and it's super cheap. Now, when it comes to extractor, the one I use is the Mighty 8070 Lite. This thing, again, is the workhorse. It has the water heater. The water is so hot that you'll have steam coming out of the nozzle when spraying with this. It does not leave your carpets wet. Now the Mighty 87 Light is high quality, it's well built, it's built for car detailers. It's not a vacuum or a carpet extractor from the carpet industry. This thing is made for us. The hose is super long, it does not scratch. Yeah, you may have to do some maintenance if you use this day in and day out. Of course, you may have to change some parts, you may have to do some maintenance on it. But for me, when I have really dirty carpets, when I have salt buildup, when I have neglected carpets, I'll use this for sure, without a doubt. It's worth every single penny. It's one of my favorite tools in the garage, and I wish I would just use it more. I love it that much. And keep in mind, I really don't agree with people that are saying that the extractor is not necessary, that it gets the interior too wet. It's simply not true. If you use this with care, if you are thorough with your job, the carpet is not going to be as wet. You can use air remover afterwards. If you have really nasty car like we get in the Northeast, you'll need one of these, or your interior are not going to get 100%. Now I've had the Bissell. If you want to use the cheap Bissell, go ahead and do it. It can work for spot treating, spot cleaning, but to do a whole car is a real pain in the butt. Please do me a favor, don't buy the Bissell to do a whole car. I mean, my Bissell, I threw it in the trash a long time ago. I mean, people online make it to be something good just to make a good video or get views. This is just my opinion, but the Bissell for me is really not worth your time and money. You might as well find some other solution. If you want to get a real extractor, get a real one. There's no $100 magic pill in this. Now, if you detail enough, you'll know that you'll have to get on your knees. And for this, I like to use the Gion knee pad. For me, this is the best. And for 2025, I've tried a few. And this one, like I said, is the most stiff, but with enough give to make you feel like you have some cushion there. And this thing is chemical resistant, water resistant, looks great in my garage. Love this. Now, when it comes to machine polishing, I've changed my stance a little bit this year, and I have 5 polishers overall. So I have videos on machine polishers at some point, but if I have to pick a rotary, it's gonna be hard, but I have to go with the Flex cordless, the new 24-volt system from Flex. I mean, this thing, love it, so comfy, lightweight enough for me, and has all the power in the world that I need. Love their battery system as well. I've bought a grinder for Flex. It's all great stuff. Flex is a real beast when it comes to that. The best DA polisher for me, it has to be a 21 millimeter. And this year I've discovered the Shine Mate. This is corded, so I'm going back with the cord. I used to use this, but now I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one, but I really love the Shine Mate. I'm not polishing a car without this one. Obviously it's a little bit less smooth than a Rupes, but nothing that vibrates your hand, that give you tingling in your fingers. This is still very comfortable. I really love this, and I never go above speed 4 with this. This machine is so powerful. It does not stall as much as the others. In fact, it almost never stalls. I mean, I love this one so much. I can say good enough things about it. And the good thing about this one, it's super affordable. Now the Shine Mate, I can cut, I can finish, I can go back after my rotary polishing cycle, finish there, do a mid step, do a finish step. It doesn't matter, it's super versatile. For the 3-inch, I'm a big lover of, again, the Flex PXC80. This one, I've had it since its release, it's robust. The only thing that I've had to change is the, I don't know what they call this. Yeah, that's your orbital stuff. These are interchangeable, and had problem with mine loud noises this year. And I spoke with Chris at Carzula, and yeah, so I bought a new one. This one is 12 millimeter polisher. You can switch that with an attachment here. Use 1-inch in rotary or DA, does not matter. It's great stuff, guys. So I have the links for this. I mean, I've had this in many of my videos. So you can go watch those if you want to know more. Now, if you're still in the polishing realm of things, guys, I have to say the new sanding disc by CarPro is off the charts. These works really well. I used them dry so far a couple times, but I've noticed that the, what is it called? The surface, the texture here that actually sands is coming off really easily. So I'm gonna have to double check on the quality of this product. I know that sanding paper can really be frustrating, but for me, I've had good experience with this amazing stuff. I think I forgot to mention about the tornado gun. This is an air tool. This is the air cleaning gun. This thing will spin as you use this. That's gonna blow out like 80% of the dust, the debris that is stuck in the interior, in the carpets, in all these fiber fingers. Great stuff. A must, absolutely need to have this to perfect interiors, that's for sure. I have videos on that too. Another great interior tool, Reach and Clean tool by Stoner Car Care. I mean, this thing is under 30 bucks. It's great for, I use this mainly for the windshield. Just apply your microfiber attachment on it. I would probably need 2 hands to do this right. And this thing is awesome for cleaning glass, and it actually comes with, like I said, 2 attachment that is waffle weave towels. There's a bunch of more expensive version online from Autofiber and all these brands. I have not tried them. I've had great success with this. I don't feel like I need to upgrade it. Now for car detailing, you'll need an air compressor. I'm not an air compressor reviewer. I have one that is ultra silent, 20 gallon, and it weighs at 1.5 HP, 4 CFM, works great. I use this to blow the inside of the car mostly, blow pads, and this thing never stops providing me air. So I'll have links down below. You guys have seen the one that I use. It's a stealth one. And yeah, so one thing I forgot to mention is I use microfiber rolls for the inside of the car, sometimes on the paint. These are great. This is from Fantastic Clean, so I have links for this. This is actually 16 by 16. So if you're shopping for microfiber rolls, pay attention in the description. Most of them are 12 by 12. These are good to wipe off dirt, wipe off engine bay. They're really tiny, so these can be thrown away. But what I've been looking for in the past is these from Fantastical. This is a previous sponsor of the channel. Great towels, super soft. Yeah, so they were great. I use these for all kind of tasks. Now, if you want to make your life easier, you can go to Costco, grab a Kirkland pack of yellow towels. Those works great. I use them mainly on the inside of a car, on wheels. These are great towels, but the fit and finish goes down really fast with these. After 1 or 2 wash, the towel is never the same, all right? So keep that in mind. Now I want to talk about tape and taping the car in general. When I see guys taping their car like a maniac, it always gives me the smile. You don't need to tape the car all that much, but tape is important in some situations, especially if you use a rotary. It's important to protect some parts at some point, but don't go overboard with it. And for this, I use the Gion tape. I've discovered this year. You won't focus properly into the inside of the roll, but this tape is made in the same factory as Kamikaze line of tape. So this is a renowned tape. This is apparently the best. And after using the Gion version, I really love this. This does not bunch up when you go over it. You don't pick up the glue from it with your polishing pad. I mean, it's just the best stuff. It's super maneuverable, and the price is fairly fair for what you get. You get the 3 size like this. So I really love this thing. I have to have those compared to the body shop style of tape. I feel this is a big step over these. Now to remove badge, you'll need some fishing line, obviously. I have things for these. I have those in my cabinet, and I like to use the original 3M wheel, eraser wheel. There's, again, copycats. I don't know how they work. I've had this one for years and years. It works great. It's a drill attachment. It removes the glue or the adhesive behind the badges. Be careful with this. You can burn paint, especially on bumpers or plastic panels. So be careful with this. Don't tilt this too much. You're gonna create heat at the same spot, right? Get some experience with this, but this is for me a no-brainer. Another thing that you'll need in a garage is a dehumidifier. Makes a real difference. If you have water in the garage, if you're working with too much humidity, you'll have to have one of these. The heat pump or the air conditioning is not enough when car detailing. So I have the one that works for me, is from Media. Guys, I must be forgetting something, but I want to thank you so much for your time. Thank you for supporting this channel. Don't forget to use the code in the description. It's the best way to support the channel. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.